Sakamoto days. Let's get into the biggest anime in Japan right now. Let's just be honest. Sakamoto days is everywhere. Billboards, merch, subway ads, you name it. Japan has locked on this show like it's the second coming of One Piece. And they are right because it is here. But here's the real question. Does it actually deserve the hype? I just finished part 1 and I have some thoughts. Some good, some not so good. Let's break it down and get into it. Let's meet Taro Sakamoto, the retired legend who really never left. Every great hitman has a story and they follow the same rules. You can either retire, you can die, you can go into hiding, or you can start a family and hoping your past does not catch up to you. Sakamoto, he chose option 3. Once upon a time, the deadliest assassin in the underground world. Now, he's a married man with a daughter running a grocery store. But here's the plot twist. He's also rocking a dad bod, a quiet demeanor, and literally wears a t-shirt that says retired. But the assassin world doesn't care about his new life. They want him dead, and that is the ultimate game of cat and mouse, and that's how we enter in season 1 of Sakamoto Days. Along this progress, we get to meet the crew, Shin, Lu, and Haisuke. Sakamoto might be out of the game, but he's not alone. Shin, a telepathic hitman who's got one foot in the underworld and one foot out. He's trying to follow Sakamoto's path, but old habits die hard. He also tried to kill Sakamoto, hence them meeting each other, but one way or another, he ends up getting recruited. Lu, a former mobster who's all about chaos and bringing heat when things get dicey. And the latest addition, Haisuke, a sniper with an insane aim but zero social skills. Think about Gojo's confidence mixed with Zenitsu's awareness. It's kind of awkward, and that's what we're getting when we get to meet the crew. The good thing about this show is each episode plays out like an early 2000 action comedy cartoon. The crew takes on strong enemies, they wreck everything in sight, and somehow at the end of the day, they end up back at the store, regrouping like they just wrapped up an episode of Scooby-Doo Mystery. It's lighthearted, ridiculous, and weirdly, this show is very addicting. But my question to you all, is it an action, is it a comedy, or is it both? So here's the thing with Sakamoto Days. It isn't just a regular anime. It's not trying to be Attack on Titan or Jujutsu Kaisen. It leans hard into the comedy. But when the fights do hit, they go crazy. And Sakamoto, he's OP. He's one of those. In the first few episodes, the way he wants to take out enemies is by using gumballs. Later on, he blinds people with pencils. He binds people with lead. He has buttons that he has on his person. He takes them out, and it is a way to blind them. Does he use guns or knives? Nah. He prefers snapping necks, dodging bullets, breaking guns in half, and making a joke out of every single opponent. You know what even makes it better? He's not even trying. His promise to his wife is no killing. So it's going to force him to get creative. But let's be real. Is that rule really going to last? I personally don't think so. The more that he connects with his crew, the more he sees them as family. And if someone threatens his family, yeah, we know what's going to happen. You thought he was retired? Well, not anymore. At first glance, let me tell you exactly where this show shines. This shines because it isn't just like another action comedy, but it makes it really fun. Every single day, it's a daily grind to the daily Japanese life. Tiny details are huge in this show, and that's what makes it relatable. Like priority seating for the elderly, the importance of instant noodles, and Toro casually tapping his Suka card while sprinting through the subway station. It's those small cultural nods that makes it feel real. That's why Japan is obsessed with it. It's fun, it's goofy, it's very relatable, but it's honest. It's something that we all do day to day. I personally can relate to this because I just got back from Japan a couple weeks ago, and the very small details of what makes this funny. So, part 2, is it worth the wait? Here's the verdict. Part 1 is solid. It's funny. The action is great, but the pacing is slow. The first 11 episodes feel like a warm-up to a real showdown, but I am still excited for part 2, and I got a feeling it's going to get wild. The build-up is pretty good. They've got 4 insanely powerful assassins who they just broke out of jail. Out of those 4, they have over 500 kills. It's scary. They're not here to play games. Sakamoto is definitely on their hit list along with the rest of his crew. And here's the thing. So far, the villains have been a joke. But these guys, they look like the real deal. They feel different. And I wonder, is Sakamoto going to continue to hold back, or is he going to go balls to the wall? But let's just say this. He might not have a choice, and he may have to revert back to his old ways. So we are getting more episodes. They're going to come in July. We're going to get 13 to finish off the full season 1 of Sakamoto Days. But I just want to know, will he go all the way in, and will they give us what we want? Will he go all the way in, start using guns and knives and have a flashback to the past? Or will it stay in the background? Will it have just a fun, silly, forgettable anime that no one remembers in a year? I don't know, but I will definitely be back in July to find out. But what about you all? Do you think that this deserves the hype? Does it deserve the full backing of the Japanese people? Is this going to be an anime that people are going to remember? Or is it just going to be a one-hit wonder? We're going to get a part 2 and then no season 2. I want to hear where you all stand. I want to know if you have seen Sakamoto Days and what you think so far. The Japanese people have it everywhere. Like I said, subways, billboards. There's so much merch. It's on the gacha games and all that. But that's my review. Tell me what you think about part 1 of Sakamoto Days. I will see you all for part 2. DTB out.